Well, well, welcome back. Hey, I do see I have some viewers out there. I wanted to show this off for a second, and the reason is this scenario was such a pain, and it's standoff-21, and this is by Baloogan. And again, thank you so much for doing this one. This one kept me going for about 3 days to figure out, and then I thought of something. And I just wanted to go through and show you that I didn't have any losses. My expenditures were 12. Um, and I got one of the naval docks and five of the buildings. So I did miss one of the docks. I was aiming for two. So, but that's pretty good. Um, Here's where they did the activation of them, and the scoring graph was this. Because when I finally got within distance of standoff distance, that was the biggest thing. So this part here was basically, and you see my refueling point. I only had one, and what I did was, is I sent, um, go to them, go to the aircraft. They're probably all being ready. Well, they're all ready now again. I didn't use the Grizzlies at all. I used the Voyagers, and they should all be readying up. And it's been a while, and these guys will be for a while. I let it run for a while to see what would happen. So I just used the tankers, the Voyager tankers. And what I did was is I sent three forward. I sent three forward. They got about right here. I launched, well, actually, they were right here. I launched the strike, and as soon as he got up, I told him to start tanking. And so he followed the tankers all the way down here. And finally, when we got down here, the tank, the Nimrods were in range, and they went right about here, fired the weapons, and they came back, and then it was just managing. And by then, another three tankers were flying down, and so I managed to just hook up with all the tankers and fly, tanking all the way back. I do not like the way the tanking works. Um, it doesn't show anything, and the tanking seems to take so long. So next time, I'm not going to play this for a couple of days, but the next time I play this, what I plan to do is launch three strike missions and have them tank individually. That may speed the tanking up. I was reading on tanking, and they said, if group takes a little longer, but if you tank individually, they'll just come by and tank, which makes it a little bit more interesting to control. But yeah, this thing got done, and I'm quite proud of this. I wasn't going. It was so long. It took me so long because I didn't speed any of this up. It took me about 3 hours, and I'm quite sure that everybody didn't want to see a 3 hour long episode. So what we're going to do is go back and play some of the tutorials so people can get used to it. I don't know what to actually play yet. In a long run, Chains of War, maybe redo Chains of War, see how Chains of War feels like this, or maybe even go back and complete Desert Storm using the new version. They've actually got that as a as a let's see here. Yeah, I got Chains of War. We got Desert Storm, and we may be doing these again, which might be good because these tanking missions, this one here, um, it's a pain to set up, but once you got it set up, um, it does pretty good because I think the first one we're flying everything in from Turkey to established bases, and then the thin red line is a different one where one of these is where you're just setting up, and you can see the complexity and the difficulty are pretty high, but it's actually pretty fun. And I think this first one is actually getting stuff over there, actually doing a bright star, something like that. Okay, so but that'd probably be the next one, the next major one, and I hope that you guys will enjoy that one. I'm really looking forward to it. But what I have found, and I like, is that we got all these little tutorials. Now we didn't have all these before. See here, I went through this a couple of times. You know, did not really help with this scenario because I did something sneaky and I just tagged along. I just made them basically in flight refuel me all the way down there, which that's why it took forever. But they got good ones like this one here, which I plan to do because my ELINT skills and I think that this would probably do me as much good as anybody else to watch this one. And I'm going to start this probably tomorrow night. But I just really wanted to say, hey, I beat this thing. And if you want to beat it, it doesn't even take the growlers or the grizzlies to do it. Um, just send out two groups. That's why it's just this small, because this group went and we flew all the way down here with one group, wore them out of fuel, and right behind him was another three. So by the time I got back, I had aircraft back, and I just told him I took manual control, sent him this way, and told him to leapfrog as I drew the fuel off. So exactly got fuel here, and then he flew fast here, then he flew fast here, and finally got right around here. We had enough fuel just to RTB. And that's that. I just wanted to show that this evening and hope you're somebody that can enjoy. And Baloogan, you are a pain in the ass, man. That was a good one. I like that one. That took me 3 days to figure that out, just how to do the fueling. And to everybody else, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. I know this is short. I want to keep it short because we're going to have to spend a lot of time together to do these other tutorials and then actually get into Desert Storm again. Um, and that's about all I'm going to have to say today. And everybody, have a great day. If you, like on all the videos I have on this channel, if you like them, give them a like. Subscribe if you want to, and don't worry about there's not going to be any asks for any donations or anything like that because I love playing this game and I'm just sharing what I love. So I'm not going to ask for monetary value on anything, and it'd probably take me 10 years to get enough YouTube people to do anything else. So on that, night.